Hello students, hello parents, welcome to another lesson on I guess our classroom channel. Today's lesson or today's discussion is going to be on multiplying fractions, simple fractions. Now when we multiply fractions, there's a couple different ways that you can do it that we've been learning in class. So let's take the example 26 times 3/12. And the first method that we're going to discuss is really just a straightforward multiplying of our numerators and denominators. Because when we multiply fractions, we multiply our numerators. So if we did that, 2 times 3 is going to give us 6. And then 6 times 12 will give us 72. Now we want to remember that when we do this, we always want to answer, our final fraction always needs to be in simplest terms. It needs to be reduced as much as it can. To reduce a fraction, if we remember, we ask ourselves, what is the largest number I can divide into both the numerator and the denominator? In this case, what's the largest number I can divide into both 6 and 72? And in this case, we can divide both our numerator and denominator by 6. So after we divide those, our numerator is going to become a 1. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 72 divided by 6 is 12. So we get a final answer of 1/12. Now there's a second way that you can solve the exact same problem. Method number 2 is the method that I like to call the cross-canceling method. Cross-canceling method is really nice because it helps make a little bit of an easier fraction to work with, so we're not dealing with such large numbers. The way that we do that is we take the numerator of one fraction and the denominator of another fraction. We ask ourselves, what is the largest number I can divide into both those numbers? So what is the largest number I can divide in both the 2 and the 12? In this case, 2 is the largest number that we can cancel, or that we can divide into both of those. So if we divide 2 with our number, 2 cancels into 1, 12 becomes a 6. Same thing with our other numbers. We take our 6 and our 3. What is the largest number we can divide into both of those? In this case, it would be 3. So the 3 would become a 1, and the 6 would become a 2. Now we just multiply straight across. So we multiply our numerators. So our 1 times 1 becomes a 1, and 2 times 6 become a 12. Same answer. Let's try it on a different set of fractions. So let's take 3/4 times 6/9. Once again, we're just going to start with method number 1. We're just going to multiply straight across. So we multiply our numerators. 3 times 6 will give us 18, and 4 times 9 will give us 36. Now we want to make sure that we have our answer in reduced or simplest terms. So what is the largest number that can divide in both the 18 and 36? In this case, it would be 18. So if we divide our numerator by 18, it becomes a 1. If we divide our denominator by 18, it becomes a 2. So we get the answer 1/2. Let's see what happens when we do method number 2 with our cross cancel. So let's take the same one, 3/4 times 6/9, using method number 2 again. Okay, so let's take the numerator and our denominator. What's the largest number we can divide into both the numerator and the denominator? In this case, it would be 3. So the 3 would become a 1. 9 would become a 3. Take our denominator and numerator for our other set of fractions. And what's the largest number that we can divide into both the 4 and the 6? Which would be 2. So the 4 would become a 2. 6 would become a 3. Now we multiply straight across. So if we multiply our numerator is going to be 3. Our denominator is going to be 6. Now we want to make sure we reduce. So what's the largest number we can divide both those numbers by? In this case, it would be 3. So our numerator now becomes a 1, and our denominator becomes a 2. Same answer. Now some students in my class like to use method number 1, some students like to use number 2, and some students like to kind of mix it up between the two depending on what kind of fraction is that they're working with. Method number 2 is really helpful when you start working with bigger fractions or when you have bigger numbers, because it simplifies them a little bit for you, so you don't have to multiply quite such large numbers. But ultimately, it's really up to the student how they want to do it. Hope you like this, guys. I hope this helps. If you liked this episode, please make sure you click like on the comment section. If you have any other math lessons that we've been doing that you'd like to have a little bit more clarification on, please put that in the comment section. I'll see what I can do. Thanks again for watching. Have a great one. Bye.